Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Just as with Tigra in videos before, sometimes I love when summoners hit me up and they just have a very unique perspective on a champion that I kind of put at the middle of the class, maybe upper middle, and they say, Prof, you're wrong. You're sleeping on this champion. You just don't know how to use him right. And my response is, you're probably right. So what we're about to do is look at the Hawkeye Ronin capability brought to you by somebody who loves Ronin, it seems, more than any other champion in her arsenal, Allison, and has been messaging me for weeks, months now, that Ronin is her MVP and that I just need to see the light. And here is an example of this. So, first, we're going to play the video, and then I'm going to read everything that she sent me to read alongside it. So this is, I think, against is it Labyrinth of Legends Red Hulk? And yes, she's so good at intercepting with him that certainly helps. But she says he's actually a lot more simple than people think. Each light attack gives Ronin a non-active ability called a stance. Backing up after doing a certain light attack activates the stance for that light. Each time you activate a stance, you gain a cruelty passive buff. Gaining 7 cruelty buffs gives you a passive precision for 4,000 critical rating. And then that special 3 gives a fury, which is just over double his damage. And then fury damage is based on the amount of cruelty you have. Now, you lose all your cruelty after a special 3, but you can regain them and crit even harder with the Fury. He just hits like a truck, and rinse and repeat with the special 2 as well. So let's check out this special 3. And she didn't even skip it. 37,000 damage on that. And then you can just see how big these yellow numbers are. We play this game for these big yellow numbers. He's all of a sudden hitting like Corvus without factoring in the bleeds. And yes, the intercepting is beyond God tier for her skill set. But still, and by the way, this Ronin, as you can see, is not awakened. So it's not like you have to have a SIG 200 Ronin as a 6-star to put up these numbers. And that's just like with Tigra. That's what I love most about commentating gameplay submissions from champions that are undervalued but can be amazing in the right hands with no awaken ability needed. They are a one puzzle piece champion, as I like to call them. You just need to get the champion and you're good. Now, obviously, you want to rank up the champion, but so many champs like Void, like Captain America Infinity War, Aegon, you need that champion awakened, and then you need them at a high SIG. And 6-star 6 stones, y'all, are just as expensive, if not more expensive than ever before. They've gone up in value. There's been a SIGflation to them. We have rarely seen any 6-star awakening gems pop up at all. So Kabam continues to hoard those until they really want to make some money, and they charge hundreds of dollars. Look at those intercepts. I mean, 30K mediums she typed on there. Wow. 35,000, 21,000, 35,000, 206K special 2. Amazing. In the right hands, Ronin is beyond God tier. Now let me say that again. In the right hands, Ronin is beyond God tier. These hands, they're not the right hands. But that's the point of featuring player gameplay and information on my channel that are way better than mine. Like, people come into my live streams every once in a while and say, "You suck at this game," and I'm like, I don't know if I suck, but I'm not great. But when have I ever said on my channel that I am? I'm just an average player, you know? I spend way more time responding to messages than I do creating YouTube videos, than I do playing the game, even in the arena. The majority of the time that I spend that's free is just trying to continue to create friendships and relationships and help people in the community. And that's also, by the way, that's free, right? There's no money in that. I just do it because I love having a good community, and I'm honored that you all, from the get-go, almost 5 years ago, adopted me, essentially, despite my clear skill flaws, and depending on how you view my humor, potentially pun flaws. Thank you again, Allison, for the info and the gameplay. Congrats on being truly beyond God tier with Ronin. It's a wonderful, beautiful thing to see when that champion's in the right hands.